As Sri Aurobindo rightly stated, knowledge is not obtained by thinking. It is what you are, what you want to become. With this in mind, I now invite our esteemed Vice Chairperson, Integral Education Society, Ma'am Anjali Jaipuria, to address the gathering. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Vande Mataram. Respected Sudhanshu Trivedi, Pramni ma'am, Asha ma'am, Sharad ji, Vinod Solanki ji, Meeta ji, Archana ji. I feel so blessed and honored today to have you here, respected Sudhanshu ji. Really, really blessed. ऐसा माना जाता है कि स्वाति नक्षत्र में जो बूंद आसमान से गिरती है वो मोती बन जाती है और वो बूंद उस चातक की प्यास बुझाती है जो कब से उसकी प्रतीक्षा में रत था। पूज्य सुधांशु जी, आपकी वाणी स्वाति नक्षत्र की वही बूंद है और हम सभी उसी चातक की भांति आपको सुनने के लिए आतुर हैं। हमारे बच्चे आपके वक्तव्य सुनते ही रहते हैं और उसे आत्मसात भी करने का पूरा प्रयास करते हैं। ये छात्र जो हमारे हैं ना, वो ऊंची उड़ान भरना चाहते हैं, भारत माता के आंचल को एवरेस्ट की ऊंचाई तक पहुंचा देना चाहते हैं, लहरा देना चाहते हैं। उनकी आत्मा भारत माता से जुड़ी हुई है, वो भारत माता जो वास्तव में भारत की आत्मा है। और आप भारत माता के बारे में, भारत माता की बातें अपने हृदय की समस्त ऊर्जा के साथ, संपूर्ण चेतना के साथ बताते हैं, साथ करते हैं। आपकी ज्ञान से भरी हुई वाणी हमारे बच्चों की आत्मिक ऊर्जा को, सोल फोर्स को सींचती है, उनकी आत्मा को पोषित करती है। और ये खाली वर्ड्स नहीं हैं, वी रियली मीन एवरी वर्ड। एक बच्चे ने मुझे हाल में बताया कि आप कहते हैं, मैंने नहीं सुना ये वाला वक्तव्य आपका, कि आप कहते हैं कि जिस रास्ते को तुम सच्चे हृदय से चाहते हो, जिसमें तुम्हारे को पूर्ण विश्वास है कि ये तो होना ही चाहिए, उस पर बढ़े चलो। आज कोई तुम्हारे विचारों से सहमत हो ना हो, फिर भी उन्हें मैनिफेस्ट करने के लिए, उस विचार को क्रियान्वित करने के लिए बढ़े चलो। ये भी आपने उन्हें बताया, अपने उस वक्तव्य में बोला कि एक दिन तुम्हारी बात सुनी जाएगी, क्योंकि आपने बताया कि स्वीकार्यता के 4 चरण होते हैं। पहले तुम्हारी हंसी उड़ाई जाएगी, फिर तुम्हारा विरोध होगा, फिर सामूहिक बहिष्कार भी हो सकता है, पर तब भी तुम डटे रहो और तब तुम उदाहरण बन जाओगे इस समाज के लिए, इस संसार के लिए। वास्तव में आज हम सब के लिए आप ऐसे जीवंत और आदर्श उदाहरण हैं, जिन्हें हम सभी पूर्ण एकाग्रता के साथ मात्र सुनना ही नहीं चाहते हैं, बल्कि आपके प्रदर्शित मार्ग पर चलना भी चाहते हैं। Infinite gratitude, respected Sudhanshu ji, for gracing this occasion. अब I won't take much time. बच्चों से कुछ बातें कहनी है, 5 मिनट समय लूँगी। My dear students, आप लोग सुन रहे हो ना कि आपस में बातें कर रहे हो? सुन रहे हो कि नहीं सुन रहे हो? So there are 2 great forces in this universe. There are 2 great forces in this universe: silence and action. What does silence do? Silence prepares the action, and action creates. The deeper the silence, the greater is the force in action. Now, one would wonder, what could be the need of silence in a student's life? एक स्टूडेंट की लाइफ में साइलेंस क्या क्या काम है? A student needs to be super active, rising early in the morning, rushing to school, getting ready for school, rushing to school, working non-stop for 7-8 hours, shuffling between academics, sports, fine arts, performing arts. What is the need of silence in a student's life? Let me answer this question for the skeptics. There is one great secret of the universe, one very important secret of the universe. this immense universe and its perfect processes, be it the meticulous rotation of the planets on a designated axis, never leaving their axis, the revolution of the earth, the unceasing wonders of the human body, I don't need to enumerate them, unceasing wonders. The lungs are doing their work, the blood, the circulatory system, the digestive system. We don't have to tell them, खाना खाया है, digest हो ही जाएगा. सांस लेनी है, वो चल ही रही है. कौन चला रहा है? All these have been designed in a deep and august silence. The noisy and misleading surface of material and physical universe actually hides from us that deep silence from which all this has emerged. We see and hear the rumbling of innumerable waves above, but what do we fail to see? We fail to experience the fathomless mass of the ocean's waters below, the still bed of the ocean which supports these gigantic movements. The deeper, the still foundation of a building, the taller and mightier is its height. It is said that in history, the unexpected happens. कौन कहता है unexpected है? It would not be unexpected if men could turn their eyes from the superficial and look into the substance. If men could listen, could leave the noise of life, the outer life, not leave it, listen to the noise of life, but simultaneously listen to the deep silences from which it emerges. And to be capable of listening to the sound of silence, of being capable to listen to the sound of stillness, does not mean that we become inert. It does not mean that we have to become passive. This stillness is what creates and creates majestically. And this stillness, ये है कहाँ stillness? कहाँ है stillness? हमारे बच्चे कौन बताएंगे? ये stillness कहाँ है? कहाँ ढूंढें उसको? We can find it right here within us. The strength of stillness and silence is infinite. It is this stillness which prepares great forces within us for tremendous action. And connecting with this inner stillness leads us to deeper and deeper levels of concentration. That is why silence and stillness is important in a child's life. Because this stillness and silence will lead to a one-pointed focus on our energies, on our work. The deeper the concentration when studying, the higher will be the flight of achievement. Swami Vivekananda has said, and I quote, "To me, the very essence of education is concentration of mind, not the collecting of facts." Unquote. Silencing our minds for a few moments at regular intervals has already proven to be a great help in this direction because silence has great strength. In our school, Sudhanshuji, we practice silence before every period for 2 minutes. So before the period begins, the children just go into a silence to whatever level they can reach. But we've been doing this for quite a few years now. I'll just tell you a small episode. Once Sri Aurobindo was working on his desk and a terrible cyclone came to Pondicherry. The mother rushed from her room to Sri Aurobindo's room to shut the doors and windows. But what did she find there? On reaching there, she found that the peace that was emanating from Sri Aurobindo had so filled the room that even though the doors and windows were open, neither the rain was coming in, nor the thunder, nor any sound. The cyclonic wind could not enter his room. ऐसे ही अगर हम लोग सबने सुना होगा, Buddha was walking on the road and a mad elephant was rushing. And everybody was telling Buddha ki move to the corner, a mad elephant is rushing. But Buddha kept on and his silence was so huge and so tremendous and so much force in his silence that even that mad elephant bowed down, he sat down. This is Atmarati, and this is the strength of inner silence. It can help us to deepen, it can help us to widen, and it can help us to heighten. These are the three processes that are needed if we really want to grow in the real right direction. Deepen, heighten, and widen. My dear students, you've been practicing silence before each period for many years. We hope that over time and with practice, most or at least some of our students will be able to connect to their inner light, that inner presence that is God Himself within us. I hope this practice, with the other many practices that we follow in the school, will increase your level of concentration and strengthen your resolve to becoming more and more perfect, more and more willing instruments of that divine force. वही तो aim है life का, to become a perfect instrument of that divine force. I look around in this auditorium and I feel a surge of optimism. I feel a surge of hope. Hope for a better tomorrow. Hope for a better world. I end with Sri Aurobindo's lines from his epic poem, Savitri. Children, you can recite with me, parents. I quote, "In moments when the inner lamps are lit, in moments when the inner lamps are lit and the life's cherished guests are left outside, our spirit sits alone and speaks to its gulfs. A wider consciousness opens then its doors. A wider consciousness opens then its doors, invading from spiritual silences. A ray of the timeless glory stoops a while to commune with our seized, illumined clay and leaves its huge white stamp upon our lives." Unquote. Thank you. Thank you. Vande Mataram.